One, I'd like to thank everybody from both teams that was smart enough to read my Twitter feed and realize that it wasn't going to pour down rain for the rest of the night. It was actually a good night to watch football. And for those that came and decided to sit it out in a little bit of rain, they saw a heck of a physical ball game by two really good teams. Give a lot of credit to Morgan, their coaches. They had a great game plan for our offense. And then I'm going to flip the script and say I'm going to give it to our defensive coaches because we had a great game plan for their offense. When we're all old and gray, there'll be some stats laying around, but want to know sounds really good for all the work we got to get done.
Questions for our student athletes?
On the interceptions, looked like you had a good read on them, and you took off and were coming after from like 5 yards behind. What did you see on that?
It all started off with the D-line, putting pressure on the quarterback. And the quarterback, he was very inconsistent with his throws. He was like staring them down. So, and I knew the tight end, it wasn't really no shifty tight end. So I knew the routes, so I just jumped it, and then, with the D-line, the linebackers doing their job, it's like a defense putting pressure on the quarterback, allowed us to make a good play on it.
Do you think you'd be able to get to the end zone?
Yeah, I tried to. I mean, quarterback's pretty long, so I tried to bait him in and go out.
He's very long.
Yeah.
But you thought you had a shot at it. I think you were reaching out at the end.
Definitely. I mean, I don't practice carrying the ball that much, so, just go down whenever we go down.
It's like playing against Staley, and he was a big quarterback that can run, but also left-handed, so it must be a little different playing against a guy like that.
I mean, I feel like as a defense, we prepare for stuff like this. So like when the guns when it's going off, like we just react and I don't know. We just react and keep it pushing.
How do you feel like you got shut out?
Oh, it feels great. We needed that as a team. We can build and grow as a defense, and we can go down Maryland and do the same to them.
I love you, Keon.
You guys did a great job tackling. I noticed that a lot of you guys run to the ball, to the whistle. Is that something that your coaching staff focuses on?
Oh yeah, we do drills just to get all of us moving and running to the ball consistently.
Yeah, that's what we practice for as a team. Offense don't stop till they hear the whistle. Defense don't stop till they hear the whistle. We just flying around, having fun while we're doing it. Yeah, that was just the main thing because we knew what we was gonna get as far as like watching film. But we didn't know what. Like we never seen him play the quarterback play before, so we didn't know how he was gonna be. So we knew tackling was something we need to have a big step on this game.
This is a question for both of you. What does it mean to come out tonight and win the Battle for a Greater Baltimore Cup? It's really important to Towson as Baltimore's college team. So what does that mean personally to both of you to come out tonight and get that cup?
It's good for the school, also for the city. It's very traditional. As I see, it's a lot of history that goes on along with it, and we just added another W on the Towson side to keep the streak going. I know they haven't opened up in like a long time, so like 2011. So it's definitely good for us to start off like that.
I know the weather took a little something out of the crowd, but was there a lot of buzz among you guys to play this game?
We don't really. It's a lot of trash talking, but we got to keep distractions out. So once we're in between the white lines, it doesn't really matter. So we just stay focused, and that's what we practice on. The crowd come watch us play. That's cool as always. Whether they're there or not, we still gonna play. So.
Any questions for our student athletes? Thank you, gentlemen. You are dismissed.
Take a walk.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
No problem. I know. I'll be back.
Oh, always teaching. Love it. Well, come on, you're not sitting there to look at me.
Coach, is there controversy at QB?
No, there's not. No, I'm just gonna leave it there.
It's good to come out and get W, obviously, in the first game, but the offense seemed to have a tough time getting into rhythm. What do you think you can do in the future to?
That's a really nice way to put that. We were bad. Okay, we weren't. You were very nice. Thank you. We were bad. We got outcoached. That's on me. And the guy who walks up to the craps table and just keeps rolling the same number all night long, you don't count on that guy ever winning. Okay, but 9 in the box, 10 in the box, that doesn't happen all the time. That we didn't adjust well at all. So we got a lot of work to do on offense. But like I said, that in the history of football, there hasn't been one side of the ball that ever won a game. It takes a team, and it takes a team for 60 minutes. And if you take some of the interesting aspects of this game, see how these guys found a way to put it together to win against, kid you not now, a much improved Morgan team. I give a lot of credit to Coach Ferrier. They are you might cover football from a guy whose first living memory is football. The team that played on that field tonight ain't the team that was on film for Morgan for the last 2 years. And we got every film we could possibly find. They are fast, physical, smart. They made mistakes, so did we. But they made them hustling. We made them get stupid. So a lot of credit to those guys.
The offense did have problems, but it obviously was the end of the first half. You had that one nice drive, and that got you to the 10-point lead, even though you had like 50 yards in the first half. It still, it made a difference in the game a little bit because it put them behind the 8 ball just a little bit.
It is. It is. You know, a lot of bend don't break early for the defense. You know, and couldn't. Oh, almost said a bad word. Couldn't do much on offense. But I think we found a little bit about ourselves and what we can do, especially in times of trouble. And personality of the team grows through adversity. The offense had plenty of it. So I'm looking forward to their growth.
How bad was CJ's injury?
Not bad, so much so that he was begging to go back in the game. Begging.
That changed the play calling at all with CJ going out?
No, what changes the play calling is everybody and their brother and their cars and their nephews and their cousins and the 3 people down at the bus stop standing in the box and saying, okay, we're going to foul you every time we throw the ball and we're going to dare the refs to keep throwing it all game. So,
Is that disappointing passing game wise that the receivers are most man coverage all game they can't
I think
separate?
we did okay, but I know there's at least 3. I don't care if I say there's just 3 blatant pass interferences. I don't even know if it's called pass interference when you tackle a wideout when the ball's in the air. Is that pass interference? So that's going to have to be addressed at a different level, but we need to do a better job putting our kids in position to be successful in that kind of mess.
What had you seen enough of when you made the quarterback change?
What did I see? I had it in my mind that Ryan was going to get some kind of reps tonight no matter what. And I wanted us to get into a rhythm, and then he could just step into the rhythm, but that didn't happen. And I was going to stick with my guns and make sure that he got some kind of run tonight. I really liked what he did. I thought he showed a little chutzpah in there, and it makes me feel better about where we are. Let's put it this way: for those of you who have covered us in the past, especially last year, if I ever put the other guy in, some guys got up and went and got a drink. Some guys held their breath. Some guys waited for us to throw an interception for a touchdown. That clearly did not happen tonight. And that we're building that position just like we're building the rest of them.
Had that been communicated to Morgan that you were going to get?
In some degree, yes.
Yeah.
Some degree, yes.
When he came off the field, did you talk to him about it then?
Sure.
You did.
And then told him after that drive that he was going, whatever it was, he was going back and be ready to come back.
The second time that he went out, it almost sounded like from the radio broadcast he had mentioned he might have been hurt or Jack banged up a little bit. Did he go to the locker room at any point?
No, but I did hear a little something to that effect, and I'm looking forward to the details of it.
You had mentioned that your defense was mostly bend don't break. What other type of positives can you take from winning a game like this?
This guy's in front of Morgan have pretty good, and we put pressure on the quarterback tonight like we haven't done in years. That's a really good way to say it. We forced turnovers tonight like we haven't done in years. We had multiple guys to the ball like we hadn't done in years, and we got better on defense. And now this is where we are. We've taken a step in the right direction. Now what we're going to do with it.
Yeah.
Coach, is it the same game plan next week to give Ryan reps as well, or are you going to play by ear after practice this week? And then follow up is how do you prepare to take on a Maryland team that just came back from Austin, trouncing the Longhorns, and your younger players that have not played in front of a 60,000 seat crowd? How do you get them ready for next week?
Man, that's long questions. Okay, one, in reference to Stover and Mahalik, you're wearing a Maryland shirt, so there's no way I'm telling you whether or not I'm playing that other quarterback in that game.
Might be reported.
Second, what's the honest to God truth? You didn't make the trip to Texas, you get to sit here. And as far as how do you do it? Look, it's not my first rodeo. We've always found a way to play 1A guys tough. You can have 85 scholarships, but you can only put 11 of them on the field at the same time. And we already had a conversation in the locker room about that. Maryland's got a bunch of guys who run 4.5. So do I. Maryland's got a bunch of guys who can squat 400, 500, 600 pounds. So do I. What's the difference? The difference is they got more of them. That's pretty much it. So health is going to be an issue. Inexperience might be a little bit of an issue. But when you're a ball player, when you truly are a ball player, stadiums don't matter. That's fluff that everybody else tells you. When you're playing ball, you don't know if you play in front of 5 people or 50 million. You're playing ball. The only people that know how many people are in the stands are the ones not playing. And that means something to them. I'm not talking about the players, I'm talking about the people in the stands. So, like Monty said, remove the distractions, stay focused on the 11 guys in front of us. As far as I know, the guy in row C, chair 4, isn't going to win a ball game for Maryland, and he's not going to win it for us either. It's going to be what we do in practice and what we do during the game.
How would you assess the offensive line then?
I'm going to have to look at the film because it's awful hard to figure out when there's only 5 of them and there's 9 of the other guys. I don't know who you want to block. We'll see.
Rob, I know there was a nice turnout, over 6,000 tickets sold. How disappointing was it, though, with the weather, insofar as how hard you guys, both Morgan and Towson, worked to get
Sure.
this place packed and to get a real vibe going?
Sure. Well, I can be semi-political and say, the climate change just doesn't exist. We just have floods and it's 50 degrees in the beginning of this month. But if I'd have had my druthers, this would have been a sunny 70-degree day, and this would have been a semi-carnival in the parking lots here. And it was a pretty good one, considering the circumstances. I would think that the next time we do this, we're going to do it at Morgan, and the weather will probably be nicer, and it will be. You can't control the weather, but God bless those people that had the wherewithal to come anyway. I think they got, once again, 10-0. Okay, that's not sexy in scores, but you got to watch a highly contested football game. High entertainment value for your dollar. I'd keep coming back.
Coach, I have one question as well. So how do you game plan against the running game next week of Maryland, who has been, quite strong in the past couple of years? So what do you do?
Do our job, do it well, do it consistently, and do it physically, even when we're tired. And it's like any other prize fight. You got to be able to take the blows, and you got to be able to give them back. And you got to be strong enough mentally, physically, and spiritually to be standing at the end just because you decide to. It's going to be a challenge. They're a very good football team.
Rob, it's your first game at Towson with a new person, defensive coordinator. Any adjustment at all? I know you and Lyndon have worked together for a long time, but just having somebody else's voice in your headset,
It was different, but yet similar. Hey, imagine being that guy. No, seriously. If we're all happy that we won, if you're an offensive coach, you're not as happy because your numbers aren't sexy. But you don't, as a football coach, you don't get up in the morning and go to bed at night with the idea of having sexy statistics other than wins and losses. That is the name of the game. And for those that forget it, shame on them. Imagine being the defensive coordinator who was in his first game as a defensive coordinator. First game, call. And he gets a shutout. You know how rare shutouts are in college athletics these days when it's actually good teams or semi-even teams, not the king of the hill and the little runt under the mountain. So I'm going to guess Coach Johnson and his family are going to have a really nice evening, and they earned it.
questions?
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.